Hey guys, how's it going? How's your week going? I hope it's going really well. Mine's going really well, and I'm super pumped up to share this message with you today because it's going to change your life. Okay, but before I do that, I wanted to read you one of the testimonials from one of my clients so you can get an idea of what's possible for you, okay? So this is from Cathy, and she says, Natalia is a fantastic coach. She helps me with my relationships and especially with the way I talk to myself. Natalia teaches me new questions to ask myself and tools to use every day. I love to have her guidance as I navigate my challenges. And so this is one of the testimonials. As you can see, my testimonials from people vary a lot, from confidence at work to the way people talk to themselves, to their relationship with their moms, to how they are with little kids, to anxiety, right? So it could be anything. I could coach you on anything, and the result will be the same. You will get a different perspective on your life from which you can then create any life you want, any feeling that you want without having to change any person in your life. And the same, right, goes for the relationships. So I want to talk to you about your relationship with other people and how they cannot meet your need for you. Like if you have needs as a person, they can't go in and fill that need for you. And the same goes for them as well. You cannot fill their needs. There's even this book that my kids brought home from school, filling each other's buckets. Like if you do something nice for someone, you're filling their bucket. Unfortunately, it is not how it works. It's not true. You cannot go around filling their buckets because you cannot go into their head and put thoughts into their head, and then those thoughts will create feelings for them. That doesn't work like that. For you, they cannot go into your head and they cannot have you think happy thoughts. It just doesn't work like that. And the reason why I wanted to share that with you, because I coached a client today on this, and the takeaway was that it is not her job to take care of her husband, and it's not her husband's job to take care of her needs. And so I have a personal story to share with you guys just so you can remember this, because when we have theory, it's not as memorable as like a story. I love stories. So I'm going to share you one of stories with you. So the best way, one of the best ways to realize that no one can meet your needs is actually have the other person do exactly what you want them to do. So a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, when I had two little kids and I was with my husband, and I thought, how wonderful would it be to, have a family weekends and go places on the weekend as a whole family and just spend time together. And so, because my husband, he would work all week, I was home with the kids all week. And so he wanted to stay home on the weekend and relax and just rest and sleep. And the last thing he wanted to do was go out somewhere public on the weekend with two little kids. But of course, he did what I wanted sometimes, not all the time. And we did do that. And one Christmas, he took a week off, even maybe 10 days. And you know what happened? I had all my dreams come true. We did family stuff all day, every day for like 10 days straight. And you know what happened at the end? I realized that, hey, I got everything that I wanted. Like I thought that was a solution to my need. And I still had the same need that was not filled. And it turned out that I thought that him doing things with us was what I needed. I thought that this is what I wanted. I wanted family time and I wanted him. I'm like, if only he changed and he wanted to do things with us all the time, then I would be happy and I would have everything that I need. And when I got my wish for 10 days straight, we did things together. And I clearly remember at the end of those 10 days, I still had the same void in me as I had before that. And that's when I realized him doing things that I want him to do, it doesn't do anything to me, because it's not his job to take care of me emotionally. It is my job. And so how do we do that? And it's super, super simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple. Our feelings are created by our thoughts. So whatever thought I had, I don't even remember what that need was, but I remember that that need couldn't be met by my husband. And any need, I only can meet my own needs with my own answers, with my own thoughts, with my own feelings. And so that's when we are really forced to take a look at our thinking, because either we get everything we want and we still feel a certain way, still feel dissatisfied, then we can, like, people sometimes jump to different things. They're like, okay, I got everything I wanted here, but I still feel unsatisfied, so I'm going to go get something else there. And they keep going and trying to get the results in life that they think will feel better. But it's not the results, like the circumstances in life, that make us feel a certain way. It's how we're thinking, what we're thinking. If I'm thinking thoughts that are creating dissatisfaction for me in my life, then doing something externally or having someone else behave in a different way will not solve the problem, right? Will not solve for my feeling. It's the thought that I'm thinking that will actually create the feeling that I want. Why am I feeling dissatisfied? Okay, what will create my feeling of satisfaction? Okay, if I think these thoughts, like I am happy with what I have, I love doing this, I want to do this, then I can start to create and practice creating the feeling of satisfaction. And so this is the message for you today, is that you cannot meet your partner's needs. You cannot meet your son's needs. I mean, we're not talking about food and clothing and shelter, right? That one we can meet, but we cannot go into their heads and have them think thoughts that make them happy. We just can't do that. So whatever we do is only a circumstance for them. It's only a fact for them that they have no control over. And it's what they think about us doing something that will create their feeling for them. That will make a difference for them, what they're thinking, not what we're doing. So what example in your life do you have that do you feel unsatisfied, where you have a need and you feel like that need is not being met? And in your mind, what is the answer to that need? Is the answer to that need to have a higher salary, or to have a husband do something, right? Or is it to have more clients? Or is it to have a son who says who says nice things? Or is it something outside of you that you think, okay, if that happened, if they did this thing, if they changed, then I would be just happy. Then I would be complete. And if that's the case, then I invite you to consider that it's actually not that thing at all that's going to make a difference for you. It's actually what you're thinking. So you can ask yourself, if I had a higher salary, what would be my thought about me? Okay, so let's say they paid you the salary that you want, and your thought now would be, they value me, for example. Then your feeling would be valued. So you can actually start thinking this thought right now without getting a raise. Did you know that? You can start believing and you can start collecting evidence for the fact that they do value you already without giving you a raise, right? And that's what you're really seeking. You really are seeking for a feeling. You really want to feel valued. If you are thinking, oh, a higher salary will make me feel more valued. That's what you're seeking. And that will come from your thought, not from you getting a higher salary. Because if you get a higher salary, it's still not going to be the salary that makes you feel good. It's going to be your thought. Or you could get a higher salary and you could still think and believe they still don't value me. They pay me more, but they still don't value me. So it's still going to be your thought that's going to create that feeling of dissatisfaction or the feeling of value. And the same thing with the relationships, right? If my son talks nicer to me, then I will feel like he respects me, right? That's not true. Your son can talk any way he wants, and you can choose to believe that my son respects me. Yes, it's going to take a lot, like work and effort, and I'm not saying that you should believe that. If you don't believe that, I'm not saying you should try to believe that, but it is definitely an option for you to consider that you can actually think differently about your son. And for example, you can think, he's doing his best. Maybe he's not trying to disrespect me. It's just this is his best, right? That way now you have compassion for him. You have understanding. You're moving toward him and you're going to connect with him. Now it's very different, right, than thinking like he disrespects me and feeling disrespected, right? Notice how the only thing changed here again was your thought. So the others cannot fill your needs for you. It's just impossible. And you cannot fill other people's needs. It's just impossible. Because you can't create feelings for them in their bodies, and they can't do that for you either. So then you're off the hook. You don't have to make other people happy or unhappy because you can't. And you no longer have to rely on other people to meet your needs, to make you happy, to make you satisfied, to do anything for you. You simply have to pay attention to what you want. What do you need? And then answer the questions like, okay, how can I make myself satisfied? How could I create this for me? How do I value my services? Do I respect myself? And so on. And then you can be on the journey to create that better relationship with yourself, which in turn will always, always pay back in your relationships with others. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoyed my story with me getting what I wanted, and I still didn't get the feeling that I wanted because my thinking didn't change. So that's why sometimes they say, the best thing that can happen or be careful what you wish for because you might get it. Sometimes we get what we want and that doesn't solve our problem. Why? Because of thinking. So fix your thinking first, and then you can still get that thing that you want or not because you're good. Okay, guys, I love you all so much. If you need any help, I'm here for you. Always here for you and your relationship with yourself, with your relationship with others. I can coach you and help you find all the obstacles. And really, they're probably only about 3 or 5 main thoughts that you have to look at to then kind of get rid of these obstacles or know how to comfort them so that you can have a good relationship. So it's not going to be like 100 obstacles that we're talking about. It's only usually like a handful, 3 to 5, sometimes 2. And so that's so easily done in a coaching session because when you're in your brain, you cannot take a look at your own thoughts. That's why a coach helps you do that. A coach helps you walk through your thoughts so you can see, okay, when I think this thought, I have this feeling, and then when I have this feeling, I show up like an asshole. Maybe this thought is not so helpful. Okay, what else could I think? That's just an example. So, again, definitely sign up for coaching. Coaching is the answer. Go to my website, www.coachingnatalia.com, and go to sign up for a free mini session. First session is completely free. All you have to do is be willing to believe that it's possible for you to have the relationship that you want, to love yourself, to support yourself, and then you can love and support your son and your husband and everyone around you. Okay, guys? So, or email me at natalia@coachingnatalia.com. I love you all. Have a good week. Bye.